Welcome to Fantasy Forecast, your number one spot for all your fantasy news and updates throughout the season. Today we're going to be covering who you need to get in the first round and who you need to stay away from. Before we get into that, make sure you like and subscribe to this channel so you get all of our updates throughout the season. We have an in-house algorithm that's going to become more accurate as the season goes on. I'm going to be giving free picks throughout the whole season. Everything is data-based, everything is analytics-based, and I've won a lot of people a lot of championships in the past using this algorithm. We'll have new videos throughout the season, so make sure you're keeping up with that. Let's get into it. Alright, so if you have the very first pick in the draft, the number one pick is obvious. It's Justin Jefferson. He was the number one wide receiver last year, averaging at 21.7 points per game. He had 7 games over 30 points in PPR leagues, and in my opinion, the Vikings are due a nice playoff run anytime soon. There's a critical factor here for the Vikings and Justin Jefferson, and that's no Adam Thielen and no Dalvin Cook. Without Thielen, Justin Jefferson's predicted to get more catches. And with no Dalvin Cook, the Vikings don't have as strong of a run game as they previously had. That means Kirk Cousins is going to have to throw the ball more. Get Justin Jefferson if you can, but he's likely getting taken first or second in every draft. The next best receiver you can pick up in the first round is Stefon Diggs. Josh Allen and the Bills are hungry, and we've seen numerous games where the Bills look like one of the best teams in the NFL. The Stefon Diggs-Josh Allen chemistry is unmatched. Stefon Diggs was averaging 18.9 points per game last year and even had a game over 44 points in PPR leagues. With Isaiah McKenzie being traded to the Colts in the offseason, I'm expecting Stefon Diggs to get even more catches this year. Get Stefon Diggs if you can. Next up, you should be looking to get Nick Chubb before you look at any other running back. Chubb finished 6th last year amongst all running backs without having a true starting quarterback in the first 2/3 of the season. He was also splitting carries with Kareem Hunt. But guess what? Neither of these factors apply this year. With the Browns not picking up Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb's going to be getting all the action. And Deshaun Watson's out to prove why he deserved that monster contract. Get Nick Chubb while you can. Alright, if I end up with the 4th or 5th pick and he's available, I'm taking CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee is only getting better as time goes on, going from the 14th ranked receiver in 2021 to the 6th ranked receiver in 2022. Ezekiel Elliott is no longer in Dallas, which means it's now the Dak and CD show. The Cowboys last year had the benefits of having 2 running backs to alternate between, but now they only have Tony Pollard, which means Dak should be throwing the ball a little bit more. If you can grab CeeDee Lamb in the first round, I promise you won't regret it. Alright, a lot of people are probably wondering why I haven't said Jamar Chase yet. You should absolutely get Jamar Chase. Get Jamar Chase. Jamar is on the tail end of his contract this year, which means he needs to have a huge year this year in order to get the contract that we all know that he deserves. Jamar did have a pretty serious hip injury last year, which kind of skewed his rankings down to 11, but he likely would have finished higher without the injury. We know this Bengals team is hungry, and we know they want revenge for the 2021 Super Bowl, and Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow are the ones to get them there. If you're looking to get a running back in the first round and Chubb's not available anymore, you need to get Derrick Henry. I'm seeing Derrick get left off of a lot of first-round lists, and I'm here to explain why that's wrong. 3 of the last 4 years, Derrick Henry has been a top 5 running back in PPR leagues, with the one down year being due to an injury that he was out for 9 games. Defensive coordinators are smart, and they know that whenever the Titans don't have a clear number 1 receiver, they can stack the box and limit Derrick Henry. That's less likely to happen this year because of this man, DeAndre Hopkins. When the Titans had A.J. Brown a few years ago, defenses had to be cautious of a run game and a pass game, unlike last year when they were just focused on the run game. Expect DeAndre Hopkins to fill the void that A.J. Brown left. If you can get Derrick Henry in the first round, you will have a top running back. Speaking of A.J. Brown, he is a definite first-round receiver. Finishing at number 6 amongst all receivers last year, A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts proved to everybody that the Eagles are Super Bowl contenders. They are young and they are hungry, and they're paying A.J. Brown a lot of money, and they're going to make him earn it this year. The A.J. Brown-Jalen Hurts chemistry is undeniable. Get A.J. Brown if you can. Christian McCaffrey is a first-rounder for sure because he's Christian McCaffrey. We know because Christian McCaffrey actually had an incredible year last year once he got off the Panthers and joined the 49ers. They're just an overall better team. Everything about them. Better offensive line, better quarterbacks, better coaching, literally better everything. McCaffrey finished as the number 2 running back amongst all running backs and averaged at 21.9 points per game. Get Christian McCaffrey in the later half of the first round. All right, Tyreek Hill. Now, I wasn't going to put Tyreek Hill as a must-have in the first round because I'm not a huge Tua believer until I started looking at the stats. Tyreek has been a top 3 receiver in 2 of the last 3 years. He had 5 games last year where he finished over 28 points, with 1 game going over 42 points. I think the Dolphins have generated a lot of hype over the last few years, and I'm expecting them to at least almost make a playoff run. So get Tyreek Hill if none of the other players have been drafted yet. Garrett Wilson, last year's breakout rookie of the year. We all know that the Jets didn't have a very strong quarterback last year. And Garrett Wilson finishing 21st amongst all receivers is actually pretty impressive. I'm really expecting an Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams type chemistry here between these two. Even reports from camp right now are saying that these two have a lot of chemistry already. I would say get Garrett Wilson if he's still available, but I could see him actually going a little bit earlier in the first round due to the Aaron Rodgers hype. If you feel the need to get a tight end in the first round, the only acceptable tight end to get would be Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce has been the top tight end in the NFL 4 of the 5 past years. The chemistry between him and Patrick Mahomes is unstoppable, and it's crazy what these two can do together. His average points over the last 3 seasons is 18.6 points. Take Travis Kelce if you have the 11th or 12th pick in the draft. All right, so now I'm going to go into people that you shouldn't be drafting in the first round that I'm seeing pop up on a lot of first round lists. Everything you're seeing before the season is all speculation, but make sure you're tuning in throughout the season as we're having more data-based predictions. Our in-house algorithm only gets more accurate as more games go on. That means after the first few games, we should have a good prediction model of who's going to have a lot of points every week. All right, so the first player that I'm saying not to get in the first round is Jonathan Taylor. Recent reports have came out of camp that Jonathan Taylor doesn't want to be in Indianapolis and that he's requesting a trade. Speculation is that he likely won't get traded and will likely stay in Indianapolis, but really anything could happen between now and September. So my issue with the Colts is that we never really know what we're going to get out of them due to the constant quarterback and coaching changes. Anthony Richardson's reportedly having a great camp, and there's a lot of good news coming out, but we really don't know until the season starts. So I would probably steer away from Jonathan Taylor in the first round, but mid-second round, if he's still available, go for it. All right, next up, player I'm dodging in the first round is Davante Adams. All right, so statistically, Davante Adams has been a top 3 receiver in the last 3 seasons in PPR leagues. However, he had Aaron Rodgers and Derek Carr. There's a new quarterback in town in Las Vegas, and unfortunately, it's Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy hasn't been a top 10 quarterback ever, with his best year being in 2019 when he was ranked 14th amongst all quarterbacks. Jimmy also seems to be injury prone. That means if he goes out, we now have Brian Hoyer throwing the ball to Davante. I'd expect Davante to have a down year this year. Not due to his athletic abilities, but just due to who's throwing him the ball. I've seen rumors that he's requesting a trade to the Jets. I personally don't think it's going to happen, but if it does, that does raise his draft stock, and then you absolutely should take him in the first round. But if he's still with Vegas, I would fade him first round for sure. All right, Bijan Robinson. I'm seeing Bijan Robinson's name pop up a lot on first round draft picks. I definitely understand the hype. Bijan was incredible in college. But picking him in the first round of your draft doesn't make much sense to me. I'm not taking any rookies first round. It's too much of a gamble. Get somebody a little bit safer. And then if you want to gamble, get a rookie second or third round. The Falcons also have Tyler Aguilar. Tyler rushed over for 1,000 yards for the Falcons. So I'm thinking these two are probably going to be splitting reps quite a bit, which is not really what you want out of your starting running back. All right, the next running back I'm fading in the first round is Saquon Barkley. So Saquon did have a great year last year, coming in at number 6 amongst all running backs and averaging 14.2 points per game. But compare that to 2021, where he only missed 3 games and averaged 7.7 points per game. And then even compare that to 2020, where he only played 2 games due to injury, but amongst those 2 games, he only rushed for 34 yards. Saquon is not a guaranteed safe first round running back. I would say take him mid to late second round if he's available. Cooper Kupp. Kupp probably will be drafted in the first round of your draft, but you shouldn't be the one to do it. Kupp has been injured throughout training camp, and there's no real designated return for him yet. There's not really much hype coming out of the Rams training camp right now. But really, the only news I've seen is that Stetson Bennett is a really good secondary quarterback. Vegas odds don't have the Rams winning a whole lot of games this year. So they know something we don't know, but I know you shouldn't bet against Vegas. I would think get Cooper Kupp in the third round, but don't be somebody that drafts him too early. Dalvin Cook. Now, this one could change depending on what team he goes to. As of right now, when this video comes out, Dalvin Cook is a free agent. So if you're drafting soon, I would not get him until the third round. Dalvin Cook is awesome. Dalvin Cook, I'm a huge Dalvin Cook fan. He's a great running back, but I got to know what team he's on before I draft him. If you're drafting later this month, right before the season starts, and Dalvin has been picked up, I would still say wait to get him until the second round, depending on what team he's on. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe below. Comment any questions you have. I'm responding to all questions fantasy football related. Good luck with your drafts, and let's have a great fantasy year.